how to create, manage, and most importantly, automate the creation of your PBNs from start to finish with Automatic. Well, it's very simple. That's what we're going to show you in this video, from the expired domain to the installation, all the way to creating links directly on your sites. Well, that's what we're going to see right now with this demo. You have the overview, which essentially allows you to add your websites or online properties from the Google Search Console, from the WordPress plugin, or from Bing Webmaster. The addition of your URLs and your sites directly into Automatic. So as you can see here, there you go. This is a list of PBNs, of sites dedicated as PBNs, which we'll be using exclusively, in this case, for creating links for our sites. So quite simply here, you can already create what are called tags, meaning here you'll be able to check the sites you've added. So that's going to be the first thing to do, obviously, after designing your sites, of course. You have the tag button here, and you can attach a tag. So what have we done here? Well, we've simply separated our site types, obviously. So here we have PBN, affiliate, and so on. And then we've added categories. There you go, you can add several. So we've sorted them by category. This simply allows us to check, for example, if we want all the PBNs at once. So we check and click, here on the PBN tag. Or if we want, for example, only the sites that talk about home improvement, well, we'll come here, home improvement, PBN. And then you'll see we have everything. We have all our sites present here. So that's cool. And they are being monitored. There you go. So it's very simple. So now how do we do it? Well, quite simply, the first step will be to find domain names. So when you go to expired domains here from within Automatic, of course, you can do this from other services, but obviously we're going to show you everything from within Automatic, which I thought was a nice touch. Here you enter your keyword. So here we've put travel, right? Obviously you'll search based on what you're looking for. And right here, well, you'll have access, you see, to all the domain names that are available. So at public price. And of course, they're available right away. Meaning every time you do a search, we actually just ping the registrars to see if they're available from the list we provide, so that we don't, of course, show you domains that are not available. Here you have the TFs. So if you're looking for TF, for example, for selling links, well, it's simple. So obviously you can monitor here. So the web archive, the site operator, SEO observer, reverse.js, iRefs, SMrush, SimilarWeb, and of course, Hellaskin. You'll be able to monitor, and so you can easily find your domains here from without leaving Automatic from the expired domains section. Once you've bought your domain name and you want to install it, I recommend installing the backup that we give you for free. You have the link in the description, the WP template Fruitix. So it's basically a WordPress configuration that's already set up. In short, it's secured. You get a WordPress that's optimized with caching and so on right from the start. So all you have to do is duplicate it from a backup. You get all the instructions when you download the plugin, the template. You install it on your machine. So from a fresh WordPress install, you apply this backup. Then you configure it however you want. Everything is already secured, optimized, and so on by default. And so this allows you to work much faster, especially for PBNs. Everything is already done for you. You just have to set it to Automatic, produce the content you want. And then your site is, well, it's launched, simple as that. So you save a crazy amount of time. So you've installed your little PBN, and so you have your list of sites here, you've categorized them, and so on. So that's cool. Now, you're going to set up your sites. In this case, the ones you've dedicated, let's say, for selling links. So you might tag them differently. And the goal now will be to create scheduled links from your PBNs to the sites where you want to send some link juice. So to do that, it's very simple. Here, you're going to go to link building, okay? So this will allow you to create campaigns internally like this on your PBN sites, pointing to the URLs you specify. So for example, here, you see I have a campaign in progress. So I've blurred it out, obviously. But basically, what are we going to do? Actually, wait, what we'll do is even simpler than that. We'll just create one from scratch. New campaign, you see here. So we'll put, well, test, obviously. The target URL, for example, google.com. There, I need to buy some new fingers. Next, the anchors. Semi-generic, optimized, not optimized. Well, I just leave everything on, no mercy. You have the language, obviously, here, if you want to run campaigns in English, etc. Well, in this case, our sites are French. Next, you're going to schedule it. So that means, basically, you're going to say, I want, for example, 1 article per day. starting from, well, today's date, it's November 4th. Avoid weekends or not, well, that's a request we got. You can set it per hour, obviously. I don't recommend that. Per week, per month, or per year. Okay, so you can set it per week. For example, I want to place 3 links per week. All right. Then you'll select the sites you want to post on. Here we find the tags again. So let's say we have a home improvement site. Here we'll select the home improvement sites. We'll take, let's say, all the sites we have for home improvement. Okay. So here everything is checked, our TF matches well, and so on. You've done the prep work beforehand. We'll continue. And then what we're going to do is simply configure the content of what will be posted on the site. So you have a summary here of each site with, obviously, you have all the anchors if you want to modify them. So here, click here. Here, the publication title. The publication title, the content will be generated based on this title with the autopilot version of Automatic. You can automatically regenerate the titles and anchors here. Of course, you have the post dates, which you can modify. You can also interact with the categories and profiles, of course. So there you have it. All the anchors, the links, everything is in order and so on. Here, to set up the content, this is where you'll define what will actually be posted. So the model you want to work with, whether it's Mistral, Grok, and so on, or OpenAI, of course, your options for emojis, etc. The content length, it's basically a simplified version of the autopilot feature. Then the writing style, your images, whether you include them or not, with the different models, Ideogram, Flux, Grok, Gemini. You also have royalty-free options with Unsplash, Pexels, and Pixabay, and so on. The number of images, in short, you have full control. You can choose post or pages, articles or pages, of course, and manage the SEO settings. You can also, and this is pretty neat, automatically associate, the publications with the correct categories. If you can't be bothered, for example, to check each category for each site and say, this one goes in this category, and so on, you can associate them automatically. There you go. It saves you from having to go back and do everything we just saw a moment ago. It can do it automatically based on the article's title, and it will go into the correct category, the SEO settings, and so on. And then you launch the campaign. From that point on, what happens? Well, quite simply, you've launched an internal link building campaign on your PBNs. So, for example, here we can see a campaign in progress. There are 26 days remaining. There are 20 links planned. I just went back because I clicked on it by mistake. There we go. So there are 20 links left to post. 4 have been created, and there's 20% progress because I've set it to about 1 link per day that gets posted, and they will. So how does it work? The link you provided will be generated within the content. It will be contextualized. It's not a link that's just randomly thrown into the content. For those who know Automatic, you already know this. It will be a paragraph where the link is integrated and contextualized within that paragraph so that it has some meaning and isn't just some useless link dropped in there that serves no purpose. So there you have it. That's a quick look at PBNs with Automatic. As you've seen, it's quite simple. From selecting the domain name to classifying your sites, the ability to monitor your sites, and especially setting up campaigns automatically like this. Now, obviously, this doesn't prevent you from also, in parallel, buying links or doing web profiles or ninja linking or forum links, whatever you want. But at least it allows you to automate if you have PBNs sites dedicated really just for creating links. Well, you can automate it without overthinking it and have a schedule with links constantly coming in. If you have 300 sites, well, tomorrow you can do 1 site per day and you'll have almost a year's worth of links like that coming into your sites automatically with content generated from Automatic. So it's pretty, it's pretty cool. We do it a lot, obviously, as you can imagine, and it's a pretty cool thing. And once again, it doesn't prevent you from getting backlinks, but at least you know that in the background, as a background task, well, you have, in fact, links coming in like that. So that's pretty interesting. Well, that's it for this short video. I'll see you soon in another video. Bye.